Welcome to Maine East Quarantalks, the show where Maine East Blue Demons stay connected through the quarantine.
Welcome to Maine East Quarantalks. I'm your host, Mark Arriaga. Today we are joined by my teacher, the one and only Mr. Schneider, to discuss all things quarantine. Please welcome Mr. Schneider. Mr. Schneider, how are you doing? How's your family doing?
I'm doing fine, as best as I can. I mean, I miss my students. We have a lot of fun outside of just learning content. But I am spending a lot of time with my family, and I do appreciate that. Usually during the school year, I'm coaching and I'm teaching, and so I spend a lot of time away from the family. So this is an opportunity for us to kind of reunite together. So I appreciate that. Yeah,
no, you're right. So how do you feel about school being closed,
I mean, I have mixed emotions. I'm one of those weird people who I actually enjoy my job. I think you could probably tell that in just in my demeanor during class, but I enjoy my job. And the busy parts of the job are still there, like the planning and the grading. Mm-hmm. So obviously that hasn't gone away. So I'm kind of missing the fun parts of the job, really.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, other than that, I guess it's going okay.
How does your family feel about being quarantined?
Well, that's a good question. We have a lot of mixed emotions. I mean, we value the time that we've had together. Being stuck in the house isn't great. And not being able to go places, something as simple as just going to go see a movie in the movie theater, like we miss some of those little things like that. Mm-hmm. So feeling kind of bad for the kids and really for you guys too. As I reflect on this whole experience, I feel bad for all of my students, not just my own children, but like all the things you guys are missing out on.
So I know we're not able to go outside, but we're still able to go on walks and stuff like that. Have you been on any?
My family and I go on walks. I take the dog for walks a lot because I feel like that's the one thing we can do.
Yeah.
And luckily the weather's getting a little bit nicer now where now it's okay to take walks and it's not too hot yet. So I very much appreciate walks right now.
Yeah. It's a little different. My parents, I feel like they got a little bit more stricter. So it's I don't even feel like I can go outside other than go to work, but
yeah. So I should ask you, what's it like working during this time?
Honestly, I have it in the back of my head, when I hand the bag to them, I try not to be that close because even they do the same. They're like, I don't want you to, you know what I mean? But it's yeah. But then sometimes it's well, I mean, you're coming to the drive-thru, we're gonna touch your food, but because there was this this customer. He's like, oh, just make sure you guys don't touch my food. But it's dude, we're touching your food the whole time,
Sure. Whatever you can.
Yeah, it's well, you can cook it food, of course, like you're doing,
right.
If you don't want to come to the drive-thru. But I think it's a little not scary, but I'm more cautious now, I guess, because I see all these customers handing the bags to them. We're not aware who has it or who has anything, if they have anything or not.
Yeah, you can't know. I mean, my wife got sick early on, and it wasn't COVID-19. It was just she just had a cold, but she didn't even like going anywhere because she's like, if I sniffle, if I cough, people are gonna freak out.
That's true. People will.
Yeah. So are you pulling down a lot more hours now?
Less. I used to work 5 to 6 days, and then it got to the point where I come into work one day and they're like, you're not supposed to be here. And I'm like, what? And then I check the schedule. They cut me down to 1 day.
Oh my God. Day. Wow.
And then I was like, okay. I didn't know how to feel. I didn't feel mad. I guess I was kind of shocked. I was shocked, because I worked that many days and go down to 1. I was partially happy because I guess now I get to rest a little bit.
Yeah.
And I get to work on my homework more. This e-learning.
Okay.
But I was also oh well, now I'm not gonna make any money really, and I have college, of course, and I don't even know how that's even gonna work. I'm worried about that stuff, because we're not gonna be able to go on campus, of course. I think it's gonna go till past June, to be honest, but I don't know.
It could, yeah.
So it's I feel bad for kids who they want to go to college that they really like because it just looks like a really nice place. They want to live there or something. Yeah. And it could be in a different state, but how are they going to do that now? It's gonna be online learning. What do you think what's the first thing you want to do when quarantine finally ends? If you had to think.
I don't know. I haven't thought of that. You know what we really want to do. I'm hoping we can still do it though. Is we go camping throughout the summer quite often. And one of the places we go to, it's called Mary Mac's. If you wanna look it up, anyway, they have like this huge pond where the kids can go swimming, and there's things to jump off of, and there's these huge slides that they have. So between that, and we also go to Great America a lot. Yeah. So, because we have season passes and we're only like 20 minutes from there. So just summer activities, I guess, Yeah. Yeah. What about you? What are you going to do?
I just want to go outside, man. Like I feel like, because I'm like, when I was thinking like summer, I'm like, I want to go to the mall. I want to do this. I just want to go outside because I'm not like, before I wasn't really much of like an outside, like not an outside person, but like, I didn't to go out much. I was always at home just doing my stuff, like homework, stuff like that. And like, but like I like having the option to go outside. I didn't go outside, but like having the option to go outside, it's like go outside. But now I know like after this, I'm gonna like take more time, everything. You know what I mean? Because like so before this, I didn't know that this was gonna happen. I would have taken more time to go outside or just do something.
Yeah. But I don't think anybody predicted it was going to be like this. You could see the signs late. Like right before they were shutting things down, you could see where this was going. But up until that, there's no way I would have thought that you and I'd be talking on a computer.
Yeah, that's true.
At 2 in the afternoon.
I wish we were still at school.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know that was gonna be my last day at school. If I knew, then I would have made it like my last day. Live every day like it's your last, I guess, in a way.
Right. I mean, we talked about this a lot, like my family and I, about like how come people feel so bad because we have summer break all the time and everyone loves that. But the school year, when it's going to end, there's so many like events that you plan to like have a closure to the school year. And then when it gets there, it's like, yay, this, like, there's no closure. It was just like, bam, we're shut down and we're going to be e-learning in a couple weeks. It was just a strange times we're in.
I know. What's it called? We were like, with prom and stuff like that, we were really excited for that, of course. And it's like people already got their dresses or their clothes, whatever they're gonna wear, and they pay for all this stuff. And it's like, oh, well, now it's not gonna happen, Or like even graduation and walking across the stage, like we got email there or like video talking about like there's gonna be a virtual graduation, and I know no one's excited for that because it's gonna be pre-recorded. So so like what is your message to all of the students, staff of Maine East, us seniors? Like what could you say, I guess, to make us feel better in a way? Like
I mean, it's hard to know what to say because this has never happened. Like I was even telling you guys before the shutdown came, is like pay attention because this has never happened before. But as a society, I guess if I'm going to say something that will help people feel a little bit better, like your age, especially, we're not going to be able to replace graduation. We're not going to be able to replace those things, to be honest with you. And you guys know that, of course. But this will end, and eventually we'll get back to a normal life. And our normal life, it'll probably be changed forever. When things like 9/11 happened, like it changed everybody for a long time. But even though you can't see it right now, our society, our nation was actually changed for the better after 9/11. You've never seen so much patriotism that was expressed like after 9/11, and no one predicted any of that stuff. So I guess what I'm saying is it's a tough time now, but good will come out of this, even though you can't see it right now and what the good is. Just hang in there, and eventually that you'll see that.
That's true. You're right. Because I was also thinking like, obviously we're all quarantined. Like I feel like after all this ends, people are gonna be brought together closer because they're gonna cherish the time. Families, friends, and all that stuff like that. Yeah,
exactly. We won't take our time together for granted as much anymore. Yeah, friends, classmates, families, everything.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Schneider. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's going to do it for today on Maine East Quarantalks. Thank you so much to our guest, Mr. Schneider. I'm your host, Mark Arriaga. Thanks for watching, and remember to stay safe and stay strong. We're all in this together.